Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Locqube Chats, where we will talk about real estate, technology, smart ways to get things done. I'm Lisian, and today we are diving into questions that a lot of homeowners are asking right now. Should I sell my house for cash or list with traditional agents? Those are the two options, iBuyers and traditional agents. What if there is a third and better option? And joining us today is someone who is working on the third option, Manny Pantiga, CEO of Locqube. He's here to break down the pros, cons, and what his platform Locqube is doing different. Manny, good to have you on. So let's kick it off. Manny, for those who haven't met you yet, tell us a bit about your background and how Locqube came to be.
Thank you, Lisian. It's good to talk to you, and thank you for making this space or where we could get together and have. I think that there should be meaningful conversations for homeowners. So I am one of the co-founders of Locqube, and I am in the real estate business for over 20 years. I have had the great privilege of sitting down with thousands of homeowners in the process of selling their home, which generally is the biggest asset they own. And the process of selling a home also come accompanied by some major life event. We talk a lot about selling a home doesn't come, it's not an impulse situation generally. It comes from somebody was born, somebody died, somebody's ill, some people went to college and some people graduated. We got married, the relationship didn't work. So selling a home is usually a very stressful period. And understanding this, we wanted to build a company, a brokerage, where the center of the transaction would be the consumer. It wouldn't be the agent, it wouldn't be the brokerage, it wouldn't be our technology, that the hero of the story would be the consumer, because generally they come burdened with other very big events in life. So that's sort of, how we started thinking about doing things differently.
Now, here's the thing. Most sellers feel stuck and take a cash offer, quick but low, or list with an agent, better price but a headache. Why is this choice so frustrating for homeowners?
I think you framed it well. There are not many options out there when it comes to selling a home. The process is still complex, and because of the financial implications, it requires a professional. It usually helps to have a professional helping and walking through the helping the homeowner walk through this process. So it's either, do I sell for cash, which is faster generally, or do I go and list on the market and sell with a traditional agent? These are kind of what's available out there. There's sometimes a third where homeowner decides to sell it on their own and take on a very complex process on their own, which brings its own set of challenges.
Let's talk about those cash offers. What makes them tempting?
Before we, and I think that's a great question. But before we talk about the offer themselves, let's think about the people making the offer, right? The investor or the iBuyer. Those are the two main options that a homeowner would have when it comes to a cash offer. They have generally a motivation, which is to make money. And the way to make money is to buy the asset quickly, buy the home quickly, and do it at a price that's convenient for them. So on average, you're looking at 70, maybe in the best of scenarios, 80% from traditional cash buyers. The advantage is a very fast closing, which usually happens within a week or two. So if someone is looking to move quickly, they can understand that with a cash offer, they could potentially be out. But this comes at a tremendous, tremendous cost, because they would be giving up, just to save a couple of weeks, 20 to 30% minimum of their equity, which, unless you have many, many other homes, it behooves a homeowner to sit and wait on the market and look for another option whenever they're looking to sell.
And What are the usual complaints people have about working with traditional agents?
That's the other option, right? Well, if I'm not going with a cash buyer because I'm going to lose, even if I gain a couple of weeks in time, I'm going to lose so much of my equity. The other side is that traditional commissions are very high. In my very, very long real estate career, I usually get a question every listing appointment that I go to is, what's your commission? Because commissions, there was a stat that we were looking into some time ago that 17% of America's equity goes to the real estate commission at the closing table. So we looked at what is the average loan amount for closings for a particular year, what is the average sales price, and then we calculated the typical 5 to 6% commission. And of the cash that homeowners receive at the closing table, 17% goes to towards real estate commissions, which we felt was too much. And that's one of the main issues that homeowners have with traditional real estate brokerages or the traditional process. The other thing is it hasn't kept up with the way technology is going nowadays. We're still getting people asking for a fax number to send a fax, and the homeowner is so far removed from the transaction that there had to be a better way.
Now, here is where Locqube comes in. So, what's different about the process you're offering this hybrid model with both a platform and an agent at the same time?
That was the idea. Was what are the elements of traditional brokerage that homeowners love? And number one, 89% of properties sold last year were done with an agent in one way or another involved in that transaction. And that is a tremendous number because an agent brings context, an agent brings negotiation experience, an agent brings leverage and a network that could help potentially a home sell extremely fast. So that was an element that we felt needed to be part of any model going forward, where the agent is involved and guiding the process. The other thing that Locqube brings to the table is because we built a platform and we built so much technology that makes the process smooth, we're able to drive commissions down, which was the number one concern that homeowners have with traditional brokerages. And with our commission at 1.99% for the listing fee, they get full service real estate brokerage. So they have the marketing, the multiple listing service, that which makes the traditional real estate model attractive, but at a cost where they keep most of their equity. 1.99% commission was a number where we could be a profitable business. We found a balance where we could be a profitable business, where agents also, are able to make a great living, while homeowners are really happy because they get to sell for more, sell faster, while keeping more money in their pocket.
A recent campaign that you're currently advertising all over the place is sell your home from your couch. What does that actually mean?
That we built our platform is an end-to-end platform where a homeowner can literally sit on their couch, come to an agreement that they want to sell, or come to the conclusion that they want to sell their house, and a few clicks, their home is listed on the market with Locqube. And then what our team of marketers and our team of agents would do is set up the process where they begin all of the pictures. We prepare the home. So all of the work that a traditional agent, in fact, all of our agents have a traditional real estate background. So we kickstart that process, and because of the convenience of the platform, that's where I think it was your idea, Lisian, to
Yeah.
launch that campaign, that sell from your couch, because it implies convenience, it implies comfort, it implies that now you, the homeowner, you get to worry about what really matters, which is your next home, what school your children are going to be in, how much down payment you're going to have available. So we take all of that burden away from you. We give you full transparency into the process, into the listing process, into the selling process, where you're tracking all we're doing and all that's happening with the sale of the biggest asset you own. And yet you from your couch, you could check from anywhere on your cell phone. You could check what's happening, what offers you're getting, what tours are being scheduled. And then that frees the homeowner to focus on their next step, on their next season in life. We always say that selling a home is a connection between two seasons of life. We're here to create that bridge. We're here to support that transaction, and we're here to support that transition so that the homeowner could then worry about everything else that comes with moving and uprooting their family and their life.
That looks amazing. So you get transparency, you get control of the home selling process. But doesn't that look like for someone that doesn't know what this is, that they need to do all the work, they need to control everything, but they don't want to do that? Like, is there an option at Locqube that, like, for someone to so the process can be handled by an agent entirely, or maybe it is, and then people just need to understand that, or how to do that?
Listen, you're always asking me the hard questions. You seriously, you're always asking me the hard questions. So no, we're not a do-it-yourself platform. We are a platform that empowers the homeowner with oversight over the process of the sale of the biggest asset they own. It's not you do the work and you take the pictures. It's absolutely not that. It's we have reimagined the process, leveraging technology, leveraging artificial intelligence, and democratizing, giving the homeowner oversight of what's happening with the sale of the home. So you know what's happening with the showing. So the offers come directly to you the moment they're submitted. So there is no, one of the biggest critiques that our industry, sometimes wrongly, but sometimes rightly, one of the biggest critiques that our industry has received is a lack of transparency. Nobody really knows what's happening behind the curtains, and we've torn the curtains and giving the homeowner full access to see what's going on. It doesn't imply that they have to do more work. It implies that they know what's happening, so they could reorient their lives around this transition.
Since we are talking about transparency, one of the biggest concerns people have is hidden fees or fine print. How do you keep it all transparent for real?
So we have no additional fees. Now it is a fact that the 1.99% is the fee that Locqube charges to the seller. That does not include a buy-side fee, but with the recent changes in the National Association of Realtors and with the recent lawsuits, it has shifted the way these negotiations are happening, and Locqube is leading the change in that. Number one, transparent pricing, so everybody understands what's our commission. The second element to that is we're not asking our homeowners to commit to paying a buyer agent who's going to be negotiating against them. We're asking our clients and our homeowners to be open to the fact that there might be a moment where paying a buy-side agent would be beneficial to them. But we're not committing additional commission at the listing table towards that. And there have been already in our fairly short history, many situations where the buy side is paying the buyer agent, where the buy side is just paying a minimal fee or paying some of the fee, where seller's concessions are included. So what we're trying to ensure is that the equity of the homeowner is protected at every step of the way. And there are three main ways that we do this. Number one, we look at the local market and try to see if there are any ways or any strategies where we could get more for the home because we understand local dynamics very well. Number two, we've lowered our listing fee to 1.99%. So that's another tremendous savings for the homeowner. And number three, at the moment of offer negotiation, should there be a buyer agent? There are times that there are not, and the commission is 1.99%. But should there be a buyer agent, that we engage in that conversation on a per case basis, right? So that's how I would answer the transparency. But we don't charge any additional fees. That we don't charge any convenience fee. None of that.
Got a quick story that brings this to life, like maybe someone who choose Locqube over a cash offer, like someone that was thinking about selling their home, but they understood that it's harder that way, and they might lose a lot of money. But with Locqube, they get to keep the money and also get the process
Yeah,
done for
yeah,
them.
yeah. We have two recent cases that one of many. I think we would have to make a long podcast just to talk about. But a use case that stands to me is the family that was trying and considered selling on their own because they had just purchased their home within the last 2 years, and they were afraid that most of their equity was going to be going towards commissions. We met with them. We explained the Locqube advantage. We also looked. We also looked at the property and noticed that there was a inventory shortage. So what we did was push the price a little bit because we felt that there was going to be an opportunity to get higher offers. And bottom line is that they ended up netting about $70,000 more than they thought they would have gotten, even trying to sell the property on their own. And to say that they were ecstatic, rather, is an understatement. In fact, one of the things that they mentioned is that whenever they were looking at the next property they were going to be buying, that during the inspection some structural issues came up, and they were confident that they would have been able to address any concerns on their next home. And that's the point. The point is that we put our homeowners in a significantly better position. Our first open house had over 100 people come by, and all of that we handled for them. The best part of the story is that there was a buy side agent, and they only asked for $5,000 in commission, so they saved in commissions alone $24,000, almost $25,000. So that was one case. Another case was a property that could not sell for 6 months with a traditional brokerage. We came in, listed them for $740 more than they thought they were going to get, and the property ultimately sold in the first couple of showings, and closed in months, in 2 months. And this was after over 6 months on the market. So they were really happy. Because Lisian, the way the property is marketed is also very important. And that's an area where we seek to also excel for our clients.
This looks amazing. So, who's the ideal Locqube user? Is it mostly for New Yorkers or broader than that? And to keep it real, are there any situations where Locqube isn't the best fit for someone?
That's a great question. I would say the ideal user is any homeowner that wants to protect their equity, a homeowner that cares about excellent service, and a homeowner that wants the choice to see what's happening with the sale of the home, wants to know that all the offers are coming to them, wants to know that they know who's coming to the home and at what time and when. I would say that's the ideal user, that they want to protect the equity of their home. Ideal seller. Are there cases where we're not? I would say in ultra luxury homes of 10 million and above, it's not an area that we've developed for or built for yet. Or commercial properties. If you have large commercial properties, we're not going to be a good option because it's not a strength. It's not our area of expertise.
Let's say I'm listening right now. I just got a cash offer and I'm unsure. What do you tell me?
I would first of all, invite you to go on our platform and do an agent grade valuation report. So that would be the first thing. Just, we want to empower you as a homeowner with tools where you can see exactly what the value is, and do an analysis where you see homes that are active, homes that are pending, and homes that have sold similar to yours. This is tailored to your particular property. So at your convenience, if you want to have us over and do a comparison and create an option for you, maybe even a plan, because based on the cash number, it may or may not be that you would be better suited going on the open market and see if you could save your equity. So we take it on a case-by-case basis.
Right. Thank you for being here, Manny. And for everyone listening, remember, it's not just cash or agent anymore. There is a better way. Check out locqube.com to see what's your home worth. It takes under a minute. See you on the next episode. Bye.